Warm greetings from TNV Academy. Today in this session, we are going to discuss about who is a food safety officer. Before we move ahead, to start our session, let me tell you about the key takeaways of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand who is a food safety officer, what are the roles and responsibilities of a food safety officer, what skills does a food safety officer should possess, and what are the types of food safety officers. So let's start our discussion and know about who is a food safety officer. A food safety officer is a specialist whose job is to inspect and analyze food samples taken from various locations. The primary goal of food sample analysis is to find any potentially harmful effects of food products, questionable ingredients in food, or raw materials used in their production. The food safety officer may notify the producer, seller, or distributor of the food product for using potentially hazardous food products or raw materials based on the findings. Other responsibilities of a food safety officer include making announced visits to hotels, restaurants, and the food sectors to check food products and determine whether or not safety regulations and norms are adhered to throughout production. Perhaps one of the most important jobs within the industry, a food safety officer inspects manufacturing processes, ensures health rules and laws are upheld, and checks whether the standard of food is safe to consume. They can work in various food and beverage businesses, in-house, or for administrators and food bodies. Apart from monitoring the quality of food, customer satisfaction and inspecting environments are both equally important. Let's move ahead and talk about the roles and responsibilities of a food safety officer. The major responsibilities that a food safety officer is required to carry out are inspecting the quality and safety standard of food production in the supply chain, assessing environments where food is cooked and stored, maintaining pest control procedures to ensure food is not contaminated, managing compliance and investigations regarding health and food safety, enforcing allergen and packaging laws in the supply chain, issuing food safety licenses and rating for food businesses as an inspector, managing and delegating tasks to a team of food safety officers in senior positions, liaising with councils and administrative bodies to ensure a food businesses is meeting the health and safety requirements. We will now move ahead and talk about the skills that a food safety officer should possess. You must possess a few necessary abilities for this profession in order to work as a food safety officer. The career of food safety officer requires some of the abilities which I am presenting here. Be a good observer, a strong communication skill, able to clearly and critically specify, have a good decision making skills, judgment and decision making, critical thinking, systematic thinking, and the last one is aware of the latest analytical methodologies. And finally, let us now discuss about the types of food safety officers. A food safety officer is a specialist who is qualified to examine food samples that have been gathered from various locations. If dangerous food or crude materials are used in the production of the food item, they can notify the manufacturer, distributor, or vendor. The various types of food safety officers can be food technologists. A food technologist makes sure that strict hygiene and sanitation standards are maintained when preparing and packaging food. In addition to testing and inspecting food samples, they monitor the use of additives and additional ingredients in food products. Food researchers. A food scientist examines food trials to take into account how food kinds are handled and how they can get weaker. They examine the food sample to look for any potentially dangerous ingredients or materials. They also discover methods for food preservation and packaging. Food and Drug Administrator. The role of the Food and Drug Administrator is to protect public health by assuring the safety of food products and, in addition, Food and Drug Administrator. The role of the Food and Drug Administrator is to protect public health by assuring the safety of food products and, In addition, to decrease the harmful effects of tobacco products that are subject to regulation. Health Inspector. The Food and Drug Administrator's duties include monitoring the safety of food goods, minimizing the negative impact of regulated tobacco products on public health. So we have now come to the conclusion of this session. In case you have any questions regarding what we have discussed today, then please put them in the comment section of the video and we will be really happy answering them. Till we meet next, it's best wishes from TNV Academy. Thank you.